You might wonder what the word Immokalee means. Immokalee means my home in the Miccosukee language, and that is what truly Immokalee is for us.
Immokalee is an unincorporated area in Collier County. We are a close-knit community who come together in times of need.
Made up of working class families and people who are seeking to improve the opportunities for themselves.
Yo la compararía más a lo de una ciudad como Los Ángeles. Tú te paras en una esquina de Immokalee y lo que vas a ver y escuchar es creol, español, lenguas indígenas y inglés esporádicamente.
It's filled with a community that wants to improve, wants to just really embellish life and have the American dream.
Our community is known for the hard-working people that live here, from moms trying to make a better living and making a better life for their kids, dads waking up in the wee hours of the morning looking for work to be able to provide for their families.
This community is known as the agriculture mecca. 90% of the vegetables that are in your pantry or in your refrigerator come from here.
Es que somos una comunidad que hemos logrado hacer de ella una comunidad que hoy nos respetan y nos reconocen a nivel nacional como trabajadores del campo, como trabajadores agrícolas.
Now, Emma Scott Peck's book, The Road Less Traveled, the first line is, life is difficult.
As a resident of Immokalee, I recognize that there is a lack of opportunity, not only for ourselves, but for our children as well.
A lot of times they're persons who are economically disadvantaged in many ways. They may have not had the same opportunities for education, for employment as many others.
Unfortunately, growing up in this neighborhood and this town, there wasn't opportunities, especially for the arts, for the music.
You know, as an immigrant coming into this country, we came with very little. And that's usually how people come to Immokalee. They come to start a new life. They're not here because of richness. They want to be able to build their families.
You know, pretty much when my mother and my father came to the United States, all they could find was a small town agriculture, you know, no paperwork, no documentation. They ran into Immokalee. That's all there was, agriculture, farm work, you know what I mean? Farm worker picking vegetables, working in the market, finding a way to make ends meet.
My parents and I and my sister came to this country and we had to learn everything new. We had to learn how to speak and to be able to go to school, to find jobs.
Aquí en el centro de Immokalee, que nosotros le llamamos lo que es el área de la fiesta, aquí enfrente de la oficina de la coalición, es como el corazón de Immokalee, porque en las mañanas tú puedes ver esto lleno de autobuses, lleno de gente buscando trabajo.
And they weren't always the easiest of jobs.
En las mañanas tiene que levantarse, agarrar a su niño e irlo a dejar con una persona que lo va a llevar a la escuela o que lo va a cuidar durante todo el día.
Coming from a farm worker family, I know firsthand what it is to see the struggles of working in the hot sun.
Muchas veces tienes que pasar largas horas en el campo. Cuando tú levantas a tu hijo en la mañana, lo llevas a la persona que lo va a cuidar y regresas en la noche y ya está el niño está dormido.
Mother, you know, of 3 children, working from day to day. To this day, she's 59 years old. She's still working in the tomato because there's really nothing else in Immokalee.
Es lamentable, pero en muchas ocasiones a quien le llaman mamá es a la señora que los cuida.
But we did it because we wanted to make sure that our family was going to be strengthened within a community.
Bueno, Immokalee en sí tiene, yo creo que, varias necesidades. Yo creo que se necesita también más desarrollo de vivienda. Muchas veces la gente que está poniendo la comida en las mesas, en millones de mesas de este país, no tenemos nosotros mismos para poner comida en las mesas de nuestras familias.
A behavior center is needed here in this community. Right now, if somebody has a mental crisis where they need emergency services, the only people that are capable of doing that is the sheriff's department. The person will either go to jail, or be Baker acted, and go to the hospital.
Si te enfermas, hay una clínica, pero te tienes que enfermar entre las 8 de la mañana y las 4 de la tarde, porque después de ahí tienes que correr a 45 minutos a 1 hora de distancia para el primer hospital más cerca.
Being a mom myself, I can't imagine not having a driver's license and my child falling ill in the middle of the night and not being able to drive him to the doctor's office at any time of the night.
Could you imagine not having a 24-hour urgent care or 24-hour pharmacy? Well, we're living it right now.
The one thing that Immokalee could really use is an opportunity to strengthen the people who live here.
For over 40 years, Catholic Charities has provided an incredible amount of hope and healing through Guadalupe social services. We've fed many folks who have come to us hungry, we've clothed people who were poor, and we've given opportunities to people through financial assistance, immigration services.
Hoy día el sistema migratorio se ha puesto mucho más difícil para saberlo navegar. Contratar un abogado de inmigración para un trabajador del campo te cuesta mucho dinero. Muchas veces vamos con, otra vez vuelvo a Guadalupe Social Service a buscar a la persona que trabaja ahí, como le decimos, aquí nosotros en el pueblo le decimos, vamos a la Guadalupe con el de inmigración.
And even, in some cases, some behavioral health counseling.
So we've been collecting data the last couple of months for what are the community needs, and we've been getting the medical needs a lot lately.
And for many people, that is almost set aside to the fact that I need to be able to feed my family and provide shelter.
My dad has dementia, and getting him the care 3 months out is something that is beyond.
At this point, Catholic Charities is poised to create a new beacon of hope in this community.
If I had a magic wand, I would build a community facility that not only provided medical services, but also provided the recreational services, one-stop shop.
Something that really begins to address more than just the immediate needs of today, but it also starts to address the needs of tomorrow.
These vast opportunities that we want to provide is going to strengthen our community.
As a barber, I would like to hear more, hey, Junior, I need a haircut because I got a job interview. We don't hear that too much because there's really not too much opportunity in Immokalee.
Hearing my children's peers come to the house and hearing their horror stories that they're having to take on second jobs or still doing the weekend thing where they have to get up at 5, 6 in the morning to help their parents either sell tomatoes or any type of other products. It's saddening, it's frustrating, and I can't believe that we're still doing the same thing we've done 20, 30, 40 years ago.
We want to create a microcosm of services that will allow folks to access many resources
We want to be able to give opportunities and a hand up to our families in order to improve their futures.
Including an urgent care facility for people who might be hurting or ailing in a given moment.
Catholic Charities presented their proposal to the Immokalee CRA of the Immokalee Community Center. This could possibly open up a lot of resource opportunities for this community.
We want to create a community room, a space that will allow people to learn and play together with access to free Wi-Fi.
This community space will not only be a place for people to gather, but also a place for people to form relationships, have conversations, and share ideas that will grow into opportunities for our community.
This community center will not only provide resources, it'll also provide work.
There's classes that we're envisioning that could help people with their adult education.
It's also an opportunity for adults to learn English.
A muchos nos gustaría tal vez aprender inglés, pero los programas que existen en el pueblo están de 8 de la mañana a 3 de la tarde. Estoy trabajando. ¿Cómo voy a ir yo a tomar esas clases?
Before the pandemic, we were providing evening English classes for the community and found that the need was great. With this facility, we will have more space, more classrooms to be able to expand what we were already doing.
It's an opportunity to learn and become an entrepreneur.
If it wasn't for the farm worker scholarship grant that I was given, I wouldn't have been able to be dual licensed barber cosmetologist because of those grants, I was able to achieve what I have today. A small business, a job, a full round year job. And if we got more of that opportunity here in Immokalee, I'm pretty sure a lot of us the young generation would take advantage of it.
Or even children with some tutoring or additional support.
I'm excited now to hear that Catholic Charities is building this wonderful building that is not only going to feed the children, clothe the children, but also educate the children and the parents, which I think is very important because once the parents get educated, the children are soon to follow.
Many of the parents we speak to recognize that they want to learn the English language and want to be able to provide more for their families.
And to have the knowledge now to know that pushing your kid into a job is not the most important thing in the world, but pushing them to further educate themselves, that's the goal.
We want to create retail space to bring in incubator businesses and help them grow. And we also want to do housing.
Se tienen que pagar, aquí en Immokalee se pagan rentas que si se los digo van a decir que eso se paga en Miami Beach.
If you came to Immokalee and came to see some of these living conditions that people are living with, you would say they were dilapidated. They needed to be demoed.
They have holes in the walls, holes in the windows, and they're bringing up their children in these homes that are not appropriate for anyone to live in.
Pero hablamos de una traila con capacidad para 6 personas, donde llegan a vivir tal vez 10 o 12 personas, porque tienen que pagar alrededor de $1,200 por mes de renta. Y a eso le incluimos que no tienen aire central. Y en tiempo de frío no tienen calefacción.
We want to be able to provide a decent, affordable home for our families to live in. A house that they can be proud to call their home.
This will definitely be a game changer for generations to come.
That will allow folks from all walks of life and all economic backgrounds to come together and enjoy this incredible new place. We really believe in this, and we believe that people are going to help us make the great difference. You can help us make the great difference by supporting us. And it's not just the people in Immokalee, it's everyone, because we are a community.